Name for themselves. That's a great shot. In the neutral court. Down again. Really asking some questions of Terry Watt. This one really could go either way.
Every good fighter has a loss, but it's not going to happen to me tonight. I can guarantee that.
I can't be any better than what I am today, but I am confident of getting the victory.
The British middleweight title.
Danny Lynham, an aggressive, come-forward style fighter. Oh, Garner looks hurt there. Garner
Good
definitely
shot.
Opening tonight's show, Queensbury Southern Area light welterweight champion Brad Halford puts his title and undefeated record on the line when he faces challenger John Martin. Novice champion Lee Cannon steps up to face explosive young prospect David Cove as he bids to become a two-division champion at welterweight. And it's a clash of the undefeated in our main event as Kieran lights out Leinster and Alex Anderson battle it out for the Southern Area middleweight title.
Now to the Southern Area light welterweight crown, where Bradley Halford is defending.
And strong himself, and he's defending his title. He doesn't want to lose his title. Yeah, it's going to be a good fight.
And Halford, remember, he's the hometown hero, the local boy really from Leatherhead, just down the road. So it's going to be noisy.
My name's Bradley Halford, and I'm fighting out of Alton. Yeah, let's just see what happens, really. You know, you can't take anyone lightly. It only takes one sort of good punch to finish things. And let's hope he, you know, he gets the weight off. That he's a little bit over, but apart from that, let's hope he comes out to try his best. Well, hopefully I'll keep
Fighting out of House of Pain, so I'm the best gym in Britain. I've been, you know, talked to, built, skilled up all the way up to the date. So
defending champion, representing the Ultimate Fitness Gym in Leatherhead, he is Brad Halford. referee in charge of the action, Mr. Seamus Dunn.
So all set for another. The road in Leatherhead in Surrey, defending the title that he won in this arena back in March against the challenger John Martin. Martin in the black gloves, the green trim to his trunks. Produce the same sort of excitement in the ring. And Martin, the southpaw stance, taking it to the champion early on, but Halford getting to work.
I tell you what, Martin is so unorthodox. He just stepped back from like about 6, 7, 8 shots of Bradley Halford, and you know, missed each one. Yeah, it's going to be an awkward fight for Bradley Halford tonight.
Halford certainly ahead in terms of supporters at ringside, but that won't count for anything if John Martin manages to silence them all.
I think Brad sort of come to this fight maybe thinking, right, I'm going to do what I normally do on a box, nice and easy. But I think he may have to change his style slightly to get to John Martin, because straight shots, they're just...
A little more elusive than some of his previous opponents, certainly his last win, which was an impressive one, when he beat Sean Walton, who's been around the fight game for some time.
Oh,
but whoa, what a shot that is! Out of the blue! Oh, it's a good decision, I think. A good decision from Seamus Dunn. He wants to go on, does Martin.
No.
His mind is willing, but I'm afraid the legs are not, are they? That was an absolute pile driver from Brad Halford, and the champion defends his crown in superb style.
Ladies and gentlemen, after just 1 minute, 59 seconds of the very first round, we have a winner by way of knockout, and still the Queensbury Southern Area Light Welterweight Champion, and please show your appreciation for a gallant runner-up, John Martin.
Well, like we always say, one big shot turns the tide.
And certainly his supporters raised the...
Leave your guard down when Brad Halford's in the ring. Brad, what a shot in 1 minute, was it?
1 minute 40 something, I think. I'm not too sure. I wasn't really paying much attention to what the time was. I just going with just a cracking, you know, overhand left hook, which caught him on a sweet spot.
Yeah. But he exposed himself. I mean, he's got a lot of personalities. He's a hyperactive guy, and he can't do that to you.
Definitely. Obviously, I didn't know much about him because obviously he came in sort of the last minute, so I was supposed to be fighting another fella who unfortunately couldn't do it. And I only saw a little quick clip of him, and I knew he was very sort of... I knew what I had to do, and I just had to wait until the right point, which I got him with that shot, so which was game over.
Well, we've got another champion to try and find for the vacant Southern Area welterweight title. David Cove, Lee Cannon, could be another close one.
yeah, I think it will be. Lee Cannon's the novice champion. He's coming up to the Southern Area title. Dave Cove, he's quite inexperienced, but he can really hit. Stone 7, all action, constant punching.
Sounds good. David Cove, at 18 years old, is the youngest fighter on the card tonight. Let's see if youth is about to have its day.
I know that Lee's going to stand there. You know what I mean? He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be there for the 4 rounds. So I'd like to box every round and win convincingly. I see him coming out quite fast in the first round, try and put me on the back foot. But if I work the angles, pick the shots, I think he'll be the one moving back after.
Yeah, for me, you know, I know that I can box better than what I did against Tom. Him being 6'3" and me being 5'7", you know, I couldn't box. I had to brawl. And he thinks it's going to be exactly the same when I step in the ring this time, because no one's really seen me box. But I think this time it's going to be a completely different Lee Cannon. To wait and find out. But he's going to come out brawling. He's probably going to expect me to do exactly the same thing, coming forward. You know, my head movement's a lot better. Cushions, but in saying that, it just takes one shot and it's game over. He's got power. He showed that in his last fight. I've seen both his fights, and I'm confident that I'm going to come out there new champ.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is brought to you in association with Lonsdale, PJ Brown Construction, New Era Recycling, SPC Business IT Recyclers, and Rycer Performance Screws. Introducing your first challenger, standing in the blue corner, representing O'Neill. And standing across the ring in the red corner is your second challenger. He is Lee the Loose Cannon. This welterweight title contest will be fought over 4 2-minute rounds. Your referee in charge of the action.
Southern Area welterweight title. Well, we'll shortly find out. One of only a couple of teenagers on the card tonight. David. Another home Surrey favourite here with plenty of supporters in the crowd. He's already got the novice welterweight title.
All I can say is this is going to be fireworks. I've been promised by Johnny O'Neill in Dave Cove's corner that he is going to bring fireworks tonight. That Dave Cove can bang.
First round knockout last time, wasn't it? So
it was. He really hits hard.
Don't blink.
Yeah. This is Lee. Lee's got the skills. Lee can move a bit. But can he keep away from them shots? I think that's going to be the story of the fight.
So it's Cove, the challenger. In fact, they're both challengers. It's a vacant title. What am I talking about? Cove in the black and silver trunks. And Lee Cannon, although he is a title holder, albeit a different title, in the blue trunks with the Union flag on the back.
Yeah, Lee's obviously the novice champion, and he's stepping up here to Southern Area. So, you know, Dave's in the same sort of league as him, i.e. novice stepping up to Southern Area. So, you know, that's how we work it. They got to build themselves up, and you know, then earn their stripes.
Well, certainly for Cove in particular, very, very green in terms of his experience in the ring at just 18. Lee Cannon, 26 years old.
Yeah, he's getting caught with some big bombs there, Lee. Yeah, I think he needs to sort of adapt a different strategy. Just keeping a bit long, maybe.
Might need to draw up the drawbridge as well as getting the cannon ready, Lee. Little punch of hands with his cornerman as Cove goes back. Of course, from the O'Neill's boxing gym in Margate. Great boxing stable, that one. So he's in good hands over there in that corner.
Yeah, and as is Lee Cannon with Will Gardner, Gareth Gardner, the 3 times free weight champion. Again, you know, both corners have got some fantastic knowledge in there, and yeah, they're bringing it out in their fighters, these two trainers.
Well, the Juggernauts gym for Lee Cannon, and in a sense that's very appropriate because they're a bit like two juggernauts, these two. Just going for a head-on collision in the ring.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was a tight round, that one. For me, I think maybe the harder shots, you know, come through from Dave Cove, you know. Close round.
Good time. He doesn't get wild. Cove, yeah, it's good from Cannon.
Yeah, I see there. Cannon started with the jab, then a little feint. It was a bit of a dodgy footwork, but yeah, he starts with a jab, then a feint, and then Cameron.
And I think he knew he was putting himself in danger. You don't want to get caught when you're off balance.
Yeah, Dave Cove, he's very cool and relaxed, and you can see he's just waiting, biding his time, bang, bang, and then comes in with them big shots. Sometimes.
They're both really good movers as well, so it makes for an excellent spectacle. And there's that big shot from Cove, and Cannon just went face down on the canvas. He's up onto his knees, but I don't know if he's going to get any further than that.
Yeah. He's on the hunt. You know, a fit fighter in early rounds, if it's a concussive blow, then fair dues, everyone goes. But a fit fighter, you know, they come back and they can get over shots like that. So, which I think Lee has and will come through into this third round. And
got to be very careful you don't get caught by another though, because having been done once.
Yeah.
David Cove is some prospect, and Lee Cannon, if he wasn't aware of it beforehand, he certainly is now.
Yeah, he definitely holds natural power, Dave Cove. You know, he does go for shots, but even the shots he doesn't go for knockout shots, they're still very solid.
So hold on, folks, because we're only halfway through at the moment.
Round 3.
That's always assuming it goes the distance, and it would perhaps be unwise to assume anything in this one.
Well, Lee's done the unexpected in this round, really, by taking in the centre of the ring, well, pushing him back, coming out gunning.
Yeah, just a reminder, Lee Cannon in the blue trunks with the Union flag. Dave Cove in the black and silver pants. Cannon looking to recover, having found himself down on the canvas in that second round. But he's come out with all guns blazing. His cannon certainly firing.
He calls himself Lee the Loose Cannon. And You can see why with some of these shots, big swing coming in.
Cove, though, still moving well, keeping that high guard up to protect himself, taking a lot of these blows on the gloves. That was a good right which got through from Cannon, but again Cove replied in turn.
I think it's when Lee starts stepping up the punches and his punch rate starts putting Dave under pressure, he seems to actually take over. But when he gives that little bit of time to Dave Cove, he suddenly starts to pick his own shots and you know, and unleashes the power.
There's a bit of dynamite in both men's gloves. We've seen a hint of that already. And already a champion in the novices class, looking to add another belt, but Dave Cove wants his first Queensberry Boxing League title. And it's all action stuff at the end of the third.
That was a good round. I think for me that was a Lee Cannon round.
Better for Cannon, wasn't it? Yeah, especially after what happened in the preceding 2 minutes. All credit to him for the way he came out in that third. He obviously knows that it's all or nothing time for him. And there's one or two stern words perhaps there for David Cove. Don't know whether he perhaps took his foot off the gas inadvertently after his successes in the second round.
Yeah, I think so. That could sometimes happen. You know, you floor someone. Well, I think it's down to the wire in this fourth round.
Let's just hope it continues in the same vein. If so, we're in for another explosive 2 minutes of Queensberry Boxing League action. Remember, the vacant Southern Area welterweight belt will be handed out at the end of these 2 minutes. Who wants it the most? Is it David Cove in silver and black, or Lee Loose Cannon wearing the blue spangly trunks?
Yeah, you know, this is what Queensberry Boxing's all about. You know, fair fights, two fighters that want to win. A title that's on the line that means something to everyone involved. And, you know, fast action, fast pace, it's awesome.
Cannon, and they were a bit quiet to start with his fans, but they're beginning to believe that he can turn this one around. Cove, who was ahead early on. Is he maintaining that lead, or is Cannon closing the gap?
You know, it's just that as well. You know, Lee has got that quite a bit more experience than Dave Cove, and you could maybe see that, you know, in spurts, in spurts here, when he gives Dave time like he just did. He gets caught. Yeah, but when he starts, you know, moving his head, throwing his shots, he does seem to come on a bit.
Good combination there from Cannon, which forced Cove to cover up on the ropes.
I think if Cove could just be that little bit more busier, throw a few more shots, he would be taking charge. But here I see it looks like, does it look like Lee Cannon wants it more? Does it look like, you know, he wants to take that title?
It's a spirited finish from Cannon. All credit to him for the effort he's put into these final 2 rounds. Having found himself on the canvas in the second, he's picked himself up, dusted himself down, and put on a great show.
Fantastic.
And credit to both men. Superb performance. Really good contest between the two. And whoever gets the nod there is certainly a worthy champion.
Oh, definitely. And one thing which is good to mention here, because of that knockdown, in that second round, it doesn't automatically mean that it's a 10-8 round. It was a very close round. It is for the judges at ringside to decide whether that is a 10-9 or a 10-8. And it could even be a drawn round if the person that was knocked down was well winning the round. But, you know, that's how it works in Queensberry. So it gives these boys the biggest chances for an even fight. You know?
We go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a majority decision in favour of your winner and new Queensberry Southern Area welterweight champion, from the blue corner, David Cove.
Well, like I say, worthy winner.
And please make some noise for our gallant runner-up.
Old and making such an impact on this league. Well done. I mean, I think one of the fights of the night.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a lot harder than I thought. Lee did put on a very good performance. I thought, to be fair, I said to you it'd be points, but I did want to stop him within the second and third round because I know he's got really good fitness. But yeah, I'm really happy with my performance. And yeah, it was thanks to John, my trainer, Jay, and the gym. It puts us through our paces in the gym. Make us work like dogs, but that's how it is, isn't it? And I'd like to thank Lee and Ray. More than likely, yeah. It was a majority decision, and that knockdown could have swung it either way, I believe. And yeah.
Happy trainer?
Very happy, yeah. He's only 18 years of age, so there's a lot of work to do with him, you know. And myself will guide him right through, you know.
An exciting prospect going forward. Well done. Looks good on you.
Thank you.
Right. One going, Ross.
This is a very tight fight. Kieran Leinster's a very, very talented boxer. He can bang a bit as well. Alex Anderson, he will come to fight. He will throw punches all night long. So who can do what, we will see.
And Anderson took this fight at late notice. Let's see how he goes.
Well, when I got the phone call, it was like a big decision to make, you see. So it's like, am I ready? Do I feel confident enough? Is it enough time? But I'm always forever training, so I'm always keeping myself in shape, and opportunities don't come too often, so I thought I'd grab it. I've not seen him fight. To be honest, I know he's a tough kid and that, so the only thing I've got to do is get in there, work him out in the first round, so I'm feeling confident. I've fairly learned quick, really, so. Well, a lot of boxers don't like a lot of pressure, and I seem to always keep on my front foot, getting quite close. I can work on my back foot a bit, so I just got to work this guy out, see where his faults are and that, and his weaknesses, and then just try and keep on top of that. So
I know Alex is an ex-army boy, so he's strong. He's going to be coming forward. He's not going to be holding back. So again, I think it's sort of the same. Just going to box the fighter, isn't it? Come off like an exam period, had a few too many Ben and Jerry's. You know, I've got to take that on the chin, really, and I did. I'm heavy-handed. I just want to get stuck in there tonight and just do the business, you know. I want to finish this fight early doors.
DJ Brown Construction, New Era Recycling, SPC Business IT Recyclers, and Ricer Performance Screws. Introducing your first challenger, standing in the blue corner, representing the Combat Company in Richmond, he is Kieran Lights Out Leinster. And standing across the ring in the red corner is your second challenger, representing the Newark Boxing Gym, he is Alex Fonz Anderson. This middleweight title contest
So, Queensbury Boxing League belt up for grabs. Both boxers get their final instructions. This promises to be a cracker. Only one of them, of course, can leave with it. It's the challenger, Kieran Leinster, and Alex Anderson as well. Leinster in the purple trunks, Anderson in the dark ones with the red gloves. Rounds to decide this one.
As I said, I was really looking forward to this fight because yeah, it's a bit of a clash of styles where Kieran will try to box, move, can bang quite hard, and Alexander come forward, punch. But saying that, Alexander chose to actually start slower and box actually on his back foot, which probably to.
Anderson, a year younger, only 20.
Timed, very well timed. But Alexander took it well back. He's got to get his chin down, his hands up now. Oh, threw a lovely little uppercut there through the middle and caught Kieran Leinster.
Yeah, good comeback from Anderson, who was definitely rocked by that bolt from the blue from Leinster.
Right, step back. Step back.
Good record outside the Queensbury Boxing League in the amateur ranks, Leinster, so he's definitely one to watch. And who packs a punch, and we've already seen that, and I think Alex Anderson has already felt that in the opening round. But he's come back well, the man from the Newark Boxing ring, and Anderson.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't pick that round. I would probably edge towards Kieran Leinster with the cleaner shots. It's a very close round.
Well, they've both shown glimpses of what they can offer. So with a bit of luck, we'll have 3 more terrific rounds to come. And remember, with a title and a belt up for grabs, you can expect both men to give their all here tonight.
Yeah, 4 2-minute rounds will go by very quick. And both men will show their wares, I think, in that 4-2s.
Anderson, incidentally, here took the fight on just a few days' notice after Leinster's original opponent pulled out with a stomach virus. He was due to fight Terry Russell, but it's Leinster against Anderson instead. So all credit to Anderson for taking the fight at relatively short notice. But he's obviously been in good shape in the gym, and he sees this as his chance.
And put on a fantastic performance, winning on points. So he's fit and well, he's ready to go. It was an ideal opportunity for him.
Adam Sharman that night, and he's started out with a real purpose here, Anderson. Leinster's head rocked back again by the left jab. Good comeback, though, from Leinster. This is real pendulum stuff, swinging one way, then the other.
Yeah, missed with a big left hook to the body there, and got caught with a good jab.
The Kieran Leinster fan club not sitting too far away from us, so they're in the ear, but I can see a cut above his left eyebrow, which may be of some concern to Kieran Leinster. Definitely blood coming from the left eye.
Yeah, I think that's an old injury as well, because he had to pull out from one of our other shows through a cut in sparring. So maybe this is a bit of a weak wound.
Well, you can bet your bottom dollar it's an area that Anderson will be looking to target now. Leicester's certainly got to be careful on the inside. Doesn't want any clash of heads to make that injury worse. Got to keep his guard high as well. So plenty for him to worry about. But for the moment, it's Anderson who's on the ring. On the... Leinster, that was on the other side of his head. But, yeah, just evidence once or twice of the heads clashing, purely accidentally, I must say, but it is definitely a concern that in the Leinster corner they can get to work here.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything bad, but a cut's a cut, you know, still something to worry about.
Well, it's certainly boiling up into a good scrap, this one. There's really not a great deal to choose between them so far. Both showing evidence that they've got the firepower to trouble the other. It may yet come down to a battle of wills.
Yeah, surprisingly as well, it's Kieran Leinster is the one coming forwards and pushing the action, which I thought would be the opposite way.
Four 2-minute rounds for the vacant Southern Area middleweight title. Anderson, who remember took the fight at late notice, certainly doing himself no harm so far.
Yeah, what Anderson could... Walking forward. When he throws in the shot, of course, he's out of deep water, if you like, and he won't get caught because he's the one throwing. But when he stands still, as he is now, he's open for the shots, you know. And Kieran's not taking advantage of it, really, I don't think. Hits him when he comes in. That's what he needs.
Anderson sporting plenty of ink in the form of his tattoos, but can he ink his name in as a Queensberry Boxing League champion? Well, he's certainly giving it everything here, putting on a really good show, and Leinster knows he's in a fight. Leinster with a reputation of being able to punch, but so far being nullified by Anderson as they're up at close quarters again. Got to beware of those clashes.
I think now, Alexander Anderson, because he is leaning forwards with that, which is very dangerous.
Well, you can bet Mr. Curtis won't miss a trick in there. So both boxers had better be on their best behaviour.
Yeah, Ken's a very good ref. He knows exactly what he's doing.
As the heads clashed. Slight puffiness on Anderson's right cheek as well, which suggests that Leinster's been targeting that area with some effect. End of round 3. Still both with plenty to offer, you feel.
Yeah, I think in that round I just saw a little glimpse of where Alexander Anderson was just pushing on with that head as well. He looked like Kieran was like, oh God, hold on, get me out of here a little bit. You know, obviously not through the punches maybe, but more through the head. But he can't let it get to him because I think it's knocks his game plan out of the window, I think.
Yeah, you could sense the frustration, and it's certainly building in the Leinster corner. Anderson, for his part, seems to be quite content. You just see that marking on the right cheek I was mentioning. He's clearly been caught there a few times, but heading into the fourth and final round.
Yeah, this is a very close fight, as we thought it would be. I think it's probably could be down to this last round, to be honest.
Well, Leinster is a graduate from St Mary's University in Twickenham. Can he graduate to becoming a Queensberry Boxing League champion? Shot, he caught Anderson in the neutral corner, and he's down again.
Wow.
And suddenly the power from Leinster is there for all to see.
Lights out Leinster, but Alexander Anderson's nowhere near lights out. He's going to be steaming back in, you watch. You can see it coming. But will he leave himself open again? Oh. Maybe it's hurting more than I thought because he's actually not steamed in, which I thought he would do.
Leinster looking for the kill, I think, here.
Yeah, good boxing.
Can he flick that switch to turn the lights out for good?
Yeah, look, he's wobbling Alexander Anderson, I think.
He's clearly caught again by a right hand as he came in there. He's fighting on instinct at the moment, Anderson. And Leinster can sense blood here. Two men locked together right above us.
Let him go, let him go.
Anderson escapes from the ropes. Big swinging haymaker of a left from Leinster, but off target this time. But he's made his mark already in this fourth round, and maybe that's enough to
he's starting to
turn
take
it
over
his
this
way.
Alexander Anderson all the way. And I feel that would have won that for Kieran Leinster that round. Big round for him.
A lot of respect between the two men at the end, and despite taking a breather on the canvas, Anderson came back for more, gave it his all right up to the final bell. But we think that we are perhaps looking at the new champion, Kieran Leinster. It's been a close fight, but maybe he's just had too much class, too much power in that fourth and final round. And perhaps that has just swung it his way. The hugs from the corner man would appear to back that up. His supporters asking him to raise his gloves. He's a bit reluctant to claim too much too soon. But pretty soon we will find out who is the new Southern Area middleweight champion.
Yeah, well, that did not disappoint whatsoever, did it? And, you know, there's so much at stake. This title means so much to these boys, and so it should, you know.
But after 4 incredible rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. And we have a unanimous decision in favour of your winner and new Queensberry Southern Area middleweight champion, Kieran Lights Out Leinster.
Well deserved.
And ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for a fantastic runner-up, Alex.
It's Kieran Leinster who celebrates with the belt around his waist. He's got odd socks on, one blue one, one white one. There was nothing odd, nothing disjointed about his performance tonight. And that punch
Your
in the
new
fourth,
champion, ladies
when he
and
put his
gentlemen,
opponent down,
Lights Out
has just swung it.
He was confident before the fight, but you absolutely had every reason to be.
Expecting him to come in nearly as strong as he was, and he wore some big shots, so hats off to him, hats off to him.
But he took two massive shots. He took a load of shots, but one nearly knocked him down, and then knocked down the fourth.
And I thought I had it, I was like, yeah! And then I got up, so fair play to him, solid fighter, solid fighter.
But Kieran, this is when looks to deceive him, because he is a solid fighter, but he looks really aggressive.
Yeah,
and, you know, we were speaking beforehand, you're talking about your university degree, and then you came out, and I think your performance surprised me so much.
Really? Well, thank you very much, you know. Always aim to please, but well, yeah, because I knew I had to get in there and I wanted to end it quickly. So I start a new job on Monday. So I don't even going in there like all battered and bruised. I got like a big conference during the week, so.
For part 2, we look forward to seeing you then.
Lloyd Richards now is going to find himself in a bit of a scrap.
Shots well, lovely right hand there as McPherson came in. Good shot
nice
from
left
McPherson
there.
Every good fighter has a loss, but it's not going to happen to me tonight. I can guarantee that.
I can't be any better than what I am today, but I am confident of getting the victory.
The British middleweight title.
Danny Lynham, an aggressive come forward.
And tonight's fight card promises to be even better. Some of the league's most talented boxers are putting their reputations and undefeated. So let's now go meet the fighters.
Is so unorthodox. It's going to be an awkward fight for Bradley Halford tonight.
Spirited finish from Cannon. Both looking really. Really asking some questions of Terry West early on. Lloyd Richards now is going to find himself in a bit of a scrap. one really could go either way.
Again, quick shots well. Lovely right hand there as McPherson came in.
Nice
McPherson
Every good fighter has a loss, but it's not going to happen to me tonight.
Danny Lynham, an aggressive, come-forward style fighter. Oh, Gardner looks hurt there. Gardner
good.
Up first tonight, exciting super middleweight contenders Terry West and Lloyd Richards make their Queensberry Boxing League debuts in an explosive for the vacant English title. And it doesn't get much bigger than this in our main event, when British middleweight ruler Gareth Gardner puts his title on the line against the #1 challenger, Danny Lynham.
So, super middleweight contest, debutants both, Terry West against Lloyd Richards. What do we make of this? Not knowing perhaps too much about either just yet.
No, I mean, we don't know a lot. What I will say is the Queensberry Boxing League super middleweight division, Phil, has been a bit sort of short on talent for the last sort of couple of years. But I think these two are going to be fantastic additions. I've heard a lot of good things about both of them. I think this is going to be explosive.
So, chance for someone to make a name for themselves. Let's find out who it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, New Era Recycling, SPC IT Recyclers and Risa Performance Screws. Introducing your first fighter, standing in the blue corner, representing Three Oaks Boxing Gym, he is Terry West. Boxing Gym in Bromley, he is Lloyd Richards. This super middleweight contest will be fought over 3 2-minute rounds. Your referee in charge of the action is Mr. Ken Curtis.
So all set to go, the super middleweight division, 12 stone. We've got a couple of fighters we're seeing for the first time in the Queensberry Boxing League. And this promises to be quite a cracker. Terry West in the claret and blue trunks, the West Ham crest on his left thigh, you might just be able to make out. And Lloyd Richards in blue.
I think good things happening from both these guys. I've heard a lot of good things about Lloyd Richards, and I'm excited to see him tonight.
Well, he looks quick out of the blocks. I noticed he's southpaw as well, which caught me a little bit by surprise, but he started really well. Really asking some questions of Terry West early on. Terry West supporters, incidentally, are not far behind us, so I'm sure they'll be getting behind their man.
Yeah, he looks very, very calm.
Good start by the man from the iBox gym in Bromley.
Yo, let his head go, come on.
Slight mark just to the left of West's eye as well.
What's the loading on? Come on, the Premier, come on.
Caught Terry West with some good body shots there. He looks like he's targeting the body. He's setting himself up behind the jab and then working well inside.
So impressive stuff so far from Richards.
Oh,
he's copped right onto that left hand.
Walked straight onto that stiff left straight.
Let him go, let him go.
Yes, that's one of those that you can almost feel yourself, because you saw the impact, you virtually felt the impact. He was literally on his way in, West, and Richards tagged him. But to be fair to Terry West, he took it well. That's a good start for Lloyd Richards.
There's a big difference between how you visualise a fight and how it's going to go and what you're going to do in a fight until you actually get in there and you know you're in there with your opponent and he's giving you questions you can't answer.
There's certainly food for thought for Terry West. Don't think it was quite the fight he envisaged, at least not so far, but it can change quickly. In this case, 3 times 2-minute rounds to decide the winner here, and another good start from Lloyd Richards, who already has troubled West again early in this second round.
Yeah, earlier in the weigh-in, I mean, as you tell you, to visit in the sauna. Lloyd Richards came in at 11 stone 10 pounds, so you know naturally Terry West is the bigger man, but you wouldn't know that from the action.
Yeah, he certainly looks in good condition, Lloyd Richards. He certainly looks ready for this, and he's not disappointing his supporters so far here at the famous Epsom Racecourse. Only a month ago, of course, it was hosting the Derby, but tonight it's fist power rather than horsepower. And at the moment, most of that power coming from Lloyd Richards, and Terry West in the claret and blue sparkling trunks needs to find a bit of sparkle to his boxing here.
Yeah, I mean, Terry's holding the centre of the ring there, and he's looking for the shots, but again, as I said, that he's just moved off there. But you know, watching Lloyd Richards, he's very calm, he's very sort of composed, and he's really looking to pick those shots.
Looking for an opening.
He is. You know, he's just trying to draw that lead off of Terry West and then counter it.
A bit more shadow boxing than actual boxing for a while, but finally blows exchanged again. Referee Ken Curtis just having a word with the...
I think he's a bit of a puzzle, Lloyd Richards, at the moment, and he's not worked it out in those first 2 rounds.
Yes, he'll perhaps be looking to his corner for any clues as to how he can turn this one around. It's a tough ask now for Terry West from the Three Oaks Boxing Gym in Portsmouth down on the south coast. He's an electrician by day. He's got to somehow switch the lights out on Lloyd Richards, but frankly, on the evidence of the first 2 rounds, I can't see how he's going to do that, but maybe he'll prove us all wrong.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Lloyd Richards. You know, he's standing up in the corner, still very cool, very calm, getting his instructions from his trainer Wayne Maguire, you know, and they've got to be pleased with his work so far. The one thing I will say is I spoke to Lloyd earlier, and I saw he's not wearing boxing boots in there tonight, trainers, and I said, why was that? He said, well, basically he's got problems with his ankles, and he can't wear boxing boots. They just don't work for him. So I'm sure people watching at home are going to be interested in that.
Well, certainly doesn't seem to have restricted his movement around the ring, but it is interesting. They're more the sort of sneakers, trainers footwear.
Good shot there by Terry West.
Yeah.
Very good shot. Snapped Lloyd Richards' head back there.
Well, maybe he's been told he's got to try and finish it this round if he wants to win, and it looks like he does want it. So Lloyd Richards now is going to find himself in a bit of a scrap.
Yeah, he's in a firefight now. You know, it's last chance saloon. Only a 3-round fight. Terry West literally nearly throws referee Ken Curtis out the way to get to him.
Ken fortunately can hold his own in any boxing ring, so he won't be troubled by that at all.